All right, and hello everybody. Long time no see. I'm the Sweeper27, and welcome to another Dokkan Battle video. Now, if you have not seen, and I don't blame you, it is 2 a.m. in the morning Eastern Standard Time, but probably the best news in recent Dokkan history, just dropped. We got an insane amount of news over this live broadcast that was held in Tokyo, and apparently there is going to be another one in another region somewhere in Japan in the next couple of weeks. But I wanted to make a video today going over all the different things that got revealed, everything that you need to know. And then later on in the future, I'm going to make a couple of videos kind of detailing where I have been. So let's go ahead and pull this up. I'm going to try to be pretty quick and brief on a lot of the info, just kind of zooming through the video. I did watch Truth and like his gang kind of reacting to it. That was a lot of fun. Definitely go check out that VOD. We all know that I love Truth here. Man was funny as hell tonight. But going through the broadcast, let's just skip to once everything gets started. So let's see here. There are I know there are three things listed here, but there are two major pillars that we want to be able to talk about today. So first of all is information on future updates, and then the second of all is the campaign that'll be debuting on the 29th of October. Now, the time zones make it a little bit weird with how global versus JP works. I believe it'll be 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 30th, whereas if you are a native JP player, it'll be like mid-afternoon. The same time pretty much that this live event happened will be when the banners drop. So I may be wrong, but that was my main takeaway from everything. So information on future updates. We got some pretty big news. So if we can, the video will start. They implemented this new ability right here on the home screen where players are able to see how they are able to obtain the most Dragon Stones and which events that they need to prioritize. So basically, what our main takeaway is, or at least what I was able to garner from it, is this is the amount of stones you have collected from any given event. So right here, this is the support memory boosting event, the event that basically EZAs all of the various support memories that we have throughout the game. So what I'm able to surmise is that you have gotten the 32 stones that this event is able to offer. You're still able to obtain another 80 by doing all the missions. In the Prime Battle Frieza event, you've gotten all 4 stones that you're able to get there. You aren't able to get any more. Same right here for the Prime Battle Kid Gohan. You've gotten all 3 of the Dragon Stones. There are no more Dragon Stones for you to obtain during this event. So once this update goes live, if you're a player who really wants to be able to do any various summons, or if you are this really won't be an issue anymore, but if you're wanting to just link level and you're out of meat support items, this will be a great way for you to get free resources to be able to obtain all the various things. Second of all, we're getting a power level update. So this doesn't really seem to change a whole lot of things in terms of power level, but I do imagine that there will be significant buffs to a lot of people's power level out there. In a future video they're going to make here in the next couple of days, my power level right now is around the 3 million mark, and I'm very proud of that. So I imagine that my power level will actually jump after this. I'll take like a screenshot before and after the event so that we can kind of see. So for each rank you have, you get 100. So just the other day, I actually hit rank 999. So just based off of that, I mean, what is 999 times 100? You just basically add 2 zeros to that, right? So that would be, what, 9,999 right there? So that's a lot of power level that I'm going to be getting. And then this is pretty much the same each. Know that you activated the hidden potential system. That's going to give you 1 point for each max level. That's going to be another 1,000. Dokkan Awakenings are going to be 150. And then for the first time you clear a stage on any given difficulty, you're going to be getting points from 50 to 500, depending on how difficult the event is. But primarily, if you are someone who cares a lot about your power level and the various benefits that you get for your power level, like getting your stamina back quicker or getting boosted chances of getting extra drops from various events, link leveling is still going to be the thing that you want to prioritize the most. And as of right now, the 3 million power level mark is where you want to be to get the maximum amount of rewards, because that's where they stop. But that's going to change. So the new player cap is 2,000. Now, they have not specified in this video whether or not the amount of XP that you have technically obtained in the past will carry over. So there are various games that just like bump you. Like Pokemon Go is a game that I play a lot recently, and they had a massive jump event basically where the maximum cap used to be 50 and is now 70. So I in Pokemon Go, my player level was 38. After the event, I jumped all the way up to level 51. So I don't know how XP is going to work. It would be the best case scenario for the largest amount of players. Like Goresh, when he was watching this, he said, this is going to be the first time I'm going to be able to grind my rank in over 6 years. So assuming all that XP actually carries over, he's pretty much just going to be level 2000 right there, and he's not really going to get any sort of benefit from that. He's not going to get any new box space, any new level awards. He's not going to be able to refresh his stamina. We don't really know what's going to be going on in terms of rewards, so hopefully, fingers crossed, especially because me, someone who likes to play on a budget, even though I do put more money into this game than I'm willing to admit, hopefully, we will still be able to push further. This will mean that, like, Dokkan Day, the best day to grind link levels on the 15th and 30th of each month, a lot of players are actually going to be able to get a much bigger reward from that instead of just having to waste a bunch of stones or a bunch of meat items. Like, right now, I'm very scarce on meat items, so this will be a very great change for me. I just lucked out that I was able to get to the rank when I did, so in just a couple of weeks, I'll be able to grind way, way easier. And I believe is that all that they mentioned. I don't want to miss anything. Yeah, so it looks like that. So again, we'll be able to see how we are at different events and different missions that you'll be able to prioritize for Dragonstones. Again, that's going to be very big for new players, players who haven't played in a long time, just knowing what to focus on. And to be fair, like if you haven't played in 2 years and you jump back in, yeah, you could get like the brand new free-to-play Goku Black clone team, or if you're a new player, that would probably be what I would recommend doing. But getting stones, obviously, it's the bloodline of this game. It's how you're able to do pretty much everything in it, so this is going to be majorly important. A couple of other updates that I'm hoping will be able to come from this is, like, we'll be getting more box space, especially with, like, the same name character update, which has already gone live on the JP version of the game, will not be coming live until actually this update for us global players on the 29th of this month. Pretty much every character that you have ever awakened and then reversed is going to be forced to their awakened state. So, like Truth, his box is just absolutely a cluttered mess, and he's missing so many SRs, so many SRs, SSRs, Rs, all these different characters that he hypothetically awakened to an LR. That way he could get maximum link level potential from all of his characters. He's just going to be missing a lot of this space. So hopefully that could be something that could be implemented at some point. Something that I would like to see implemented is just the erasure of the stamina mechanic entirely. It's big 2025. I understand that mobile games make a lot of money off of stamina. That way, if you want to play the game, you have to put money back into it or time back into it to be able to actually play the event, be able to link level or whatever. But I feel like for years we've been complaining that one of the biggest issues, aside from like the friend system, actually is the stamina. Because like when Red Zone Broly dropped, you got 3 attempts a day. You lose all 3, bad RNG, go next. I feel like there could potentially be something with that with this, the power level, either eradicating it or finding new ways to refresh it. I feel like that would be very good for the player base as a whole. And again, just the power level update, your numbers are going to change a little bit. They may be adding new rewards, new incentives to kind of push your power level up higher. Again, as of right now, the current cap on getting rewards is 3 million. So maybe they'll be doing something with this in the future. Oh, and there was actually one more thing that they mentioned. There wasn't a graphic for this, but they are going to be reducing the app size. As of right now, if you are a global player, I believe the app takes up 24 gigabytes, or at least I believe that's what it is on my iPhone. And I understand the reason for that is because there's a lot of characters in this game. There are a lot of languages in this game. You got to translate everything. You got to have all these different voice lines, all these different animations. I get why it's big, but it is obviously a very big issue that a mobile game is bigger than some games that you can buy off of Steam for money. So it will be a slow implementation, but Ken and Geppy did promise that moving forward in the future, update by update, they're going to be slowly closing down on the app size. Now, this was specifically mentioned for the JP version, or at least that was the implication that I got based off of the subtitles. But the real people who are complaining about the app size are obviously global players who have to deal with that massive app, whereas if you're just playing on JP, they only have to have one language in the game. Naturally, file sizes going to be a lot smaller, a lot more condensed. So hopefully that's something that we're able to look forward to in the future. Now, the next thing that we're going to be wanting to talk about here is the upcoming character campaign. So I'll be honest, chat. I did summon for Gohan and Goten Possessed. Did not get them. Don't have a lot of stones at the moment, and I really wish I did, because if you haven't seen, I'll just be quiet and I'll let it play for itself. The YouTube video will play. There we go. So while the audience, I feel like, was trying very hard to be respectful of the announcers or whatever, they did not, they were not nearly as excited as they should have been for seeing this. And I just want to pause right here, because this is about to be the hardest KO screen in the entire game. Wait, just wait 1 second. Oh my god. I'm going to move off the screen again, because that right there, and then just having KO. Ugh. So yeah, we're finally getting DAIMA Mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku into the game, and there's a lot of things that are going to be coming with this campaign, so let's just go ahead and talk about those very, very quickly. Again, if the video will want to play, I apologize. Recently I moved and my internet is quite bad, so there's going to be login events. We're going to be able to get stones. It also looks like we're going to be getting Link skill balls, which are amazing. We're going to be getting meat items. These are just things that you love to see. We're going to be getting tickets for the 10th anniversary. They do usually drop these in and around this time. These are things that can be used. Usually the rewards for these aren't the greatest, because I believe these aren't the ones that let you use on the banner. There's like free-to-play things that you can spend these on in the shop. I may be wrong. I'm not the most excited about that, but new missions are always something fun to do. As you can see here, we'll be getting more meat, more Dragon Stones, Elder Kais, Dozing Kais, Hercule statues, so that's Zinni. They talked about how we are getting more of these like unique and original Dokkan-oriented wallpapers. So this was from the Dokkan story event, where we have Trunks and like restricted Super Saiyan Broly teaming up to beat Hachiak together, which is the free-to-play LR from 2024, if I'm not mistaken. They were pretty good for their time. They were good in the Fusion Zamasu meta. Obviously, Power Creep, they kind of got pushed out very, very quickly, sort of similar to what like AGL Super Saiyan Bardock did this year. But the next wallpaper revealed is like villains primarily, and I find their choices kind of interesting, and I don't know if this is hinting at anything, because I'm not entirely up to date, like following the storyline of the Dragon Ball Dokkan story mode. Like right now, could not tell you much about it. It might be fun to make a video going over the entire story mode from start to finish. You know what? We're actually going to do that. I'll make a video going start to finish over it. But we have like 3 characters who have gotten like a lot of love and treatment from the Dokkan developers, and then we have 3 who haven't. So Kid Buu hasn't had a major release since 2022. And you could count as EZA as well. DKP, obviously, he's gotten several like free-to-play LRs, free-to-play EZAs, but he hasn't really gotten a lot there. And then this is the Metal Cooler Core, who, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, the Worldwide Download Celebration in 2020, yeah, it was 2023, is the last time we've gotten a cooler unit. I mean, I guess you could count the story mode one where it's Frieza and Cooler, but like Metal Cooler hasn't gotten any love in 3+ years. These are all original arts for this. Like, you can tell that they're all based off of things, but I don't know if this is potentially leading up to something. Again, my assumption would be that these are all story mode related, strictly going off of the basis of the first one. So maybe this has something to do with the story mode, past, present, or potentially in the future. And then we do have one more that is yet to be revealed, so we can look forward to that as well. I'm super excited about this. So we have the new, or this is not new, excuse me. This is the old Dragon Ball story event. It's going to have a new currency that we will be able to grind, where we can get a free-to-play Glorio and a free-to-play Pansy when she's the masked Majin. Gloria will actually be pretty huge, because if you don't have Dokkan Fest Gloria, who I still believe is one of the better TURs in the game, this will be a free way to grind up his super attack level after the update that happens with this. So again, we're going to be having a data download on the 29th. When the data download ends, pretty much this is when all of this stuff is going to be going live in-game. If you are a JP player, or not if a global player, if you're a JP player, this stuff will just drop. So hopefully the data download ends in time so that everything drops on both versions at the same time. I don't know if it will, but fingers crossed. And then Pansy, I mean, just a new name character. It'll be fun. Their kits are not known, but since this is like a free-to-play currency that you're able to grind, I'm not going to be expecting the absolute most from these characters. I'm not going to think that they're crazy. I'm not going to think that they are amazing, but they're new additions, assumedly, to Demonic Power. If they ever make a Daima Heroes and Daima Villain team, these could potentially be more options. And if they're even decent enough for like a free-to-play player who can grind these up and then potentially beat like old Red Zones, be able to beat the Legendary Goku event, Legendary Frieza event, Super Battle Road, stuff like that. Overall, like, this is just a good addition. And I think the main addition, though, will primarily be leveling up Glorio's super attack. But then this, I'm so excited for this. We are getting a Daima Edition Red Zone. So it's going to start off going up against Tamagami 3, assumedly. That was confirmed. And then the final stage will also be Goma Giant Form. That was also confirmed. But my guess is stage 2 will be Tamagami 2, stage 3, Tamagami 1. And then maybe they could add in the... What were the soldiers called? I can't remember their name. They were like... they were Goma's like elite squadron. They were like a parody of the Ginyu Force, and they ate chips or whatever. I can't even remember their names. They could potentially be a stage. Majin Du and Majin Ku could potentially be stages. I don't know. There are a lot of potentially like fun things that they could do with this. But yeah, so new stage. We're also going to be getting an all-out battle, and again, let's see if the subtitles will show it right here. You will face Giant Goma in this stage, so hopefully that'll be pretty difficult. Truth made a mention that I actually think is very potent or very relevant, that Goma might potentially be getting the Cell Max treatment, where that free-to-play... during the story event, hold on, let me scroll back a little bit. This free-to-play event, there actually is a Giant Goma that you fight that is in the game files, like the art and everything. Potentially, we'll be fighting that version of Goma in multiple various events before we actually get a summonable Goma. Because if you remember, we had the Cell Max event when Superhero dropped. We had Red Zone Cell Max. We had like 3 or 4 different difficult events Cell Maxes leading all the way up to the 9th anniversary, where there was that super, super difficult stage 2 of the Cell Max event. And then it wasn't later that year until we actually got LR Yellow Coin Cell Max. So, probably a very similar treatment to that, unless that they want to drop him for 11th anniversary, which is very possible. I'm just saying right now, with all the Super Saiyan 4s that we've gotten during this entire year, during the Hero Celebration, Amatsu did confirm months ago that all Heroes characters will EZA, even though they will no longer be doing the Heroes Celebration, whether that gets replaced with just a random filler Dokkan Fest, whether that gets filled with another crossover celebration, whatever. That doesn't matter, because right now, the characters that are going to be EZAing are going to be Robel, Hearts, and then Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. So we're going to have just a bunch of Super Saiyan 4s. We have LR AGL Super Saiyan 3 who goes into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. We have AGL LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. We have the physical Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. There's just a billion and one Super Saiyan 4s. We have good EZAs, good regular EZAs, a bunch of new summonable relevant units. We now have Daima Goku. So if for the 11th anniversary, if like adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Goma are the Part 1 banners, you bet your sweet Bippy that's going to be a fucking success of a celebration right there. And they could also throw in like Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta in there, or what was his name? Ultra Vegeta 1, I believe that was his name. Like the funny gimmicky name that Vegeta came up with when he was getting teased by Goku. I think that's what it was. But seeing as the like mini Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is just that in game, I would imagine they would just carry that over. They might call it Ultra Vegeta or whatever his name was. And then we're getting a Infinite Dragon Ball history event. This will just be a way to get 16 stones, because I believe that's usually what each stage adds. I know that they made a funny mention that all these enemies pack a punch. No, they won't. It's Infinite Dragon Ball history. That's not anything special. And then they go on here to actually re-show all the animations for him, which again are just raw as hell. We're going to skip over them here just for the sake of brevity. But here we go. Again, the crowd was just, they were going mild the whole time, Chad. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But we actually got full details for him. So looking at its categories here, we have Demonic Power, Pure Sands, Dragon Ball Seekers, Time Travelers, Bond of Parent and Child, Full Power, Transformation Boost, Goku Family, Earthbred Fighters, Kamehameha, Giant Aim Power, Turtle School, Miraculous Awakening, Bond of Friendship, Accelerated Battle, Battle of Fate, and Power Beyond Super Saiyan. That is an amazing, that's just amazing right there. Time Travelers is one that I've always found odd that they actually give it to the DAIMA characters because they become younger. I don't necessarily know how I feel about that. I feel like that is a significantly different process than like Vegeta and Trunks being on Time Travelers, because they went from one timeline to another. These guys are just becoming younger. And I guess they do that as well with like DKP when he becomes younger. Actually, no, that's a precedent because they did that with both free-to-play. Yeah, okay, never mind. Ignore me. But this is where things get a little bit interesting. So he's going to lead Demonic Power and Pure Sands. 3 key, 200% HP, 170 to stats, plus an additional 50 for those who are on Dragon Ball Seekers, Time Travelers, or Bond of Parent and Child. Hold on, chat. I'm going to pause real quick, and I'm going to pull up the Leader Skill Maker. Alrighty, chat. So looking here, we have the categories here. Now, it is a shame that... oh, there we go. Actually, we need to redo it. There we go. All right. I do think it's odd that he only leads 2 leader skills. That's a little bit of an L. I don't, at least I feel like we shouldn't personally be doing that, especially against major releases such as this. I feel like he should be having 3, but that's neither here nor there. Pure Sands is another weird one, seeing as we have Vegito, Gogeta, and does Kid Goku lead it as well? No. Wait, no, he's... What is the easiest way that I can pull up Kid Goku? Just Goku Family, probably. Let's see here. Goku Family. What are... Hello? Oh, yeah, it does it by priority. Hello. What do you lead? You're Earthbred Fighters. Okay. Ignore me then. Overall, this is going to be an incredibly powerful leader skill. This is going to be the first time Demonic Power is really be getting any love this year outside of, like, this guy at the start of the year. Pure Sands, obviously amazing category. Time Travelers, again, it's why he's here, so it's good. Bond of Parent and Child, I wish that would have been up here instead. And then Dragon Ball Seekers, is like Tao going to be on here and stuff? No, because of Demonic Power. I get it. This gets Gloria. Gloria's on the team. This gets Daima Goku and Daima Vegeta. Am I missing anything with these? I guess this is here specifically for DKP. So let's go ahead and look at this. This is one of the better units in the game. He wasn't on Youth though, so you're not going to be able to go into the Gohan and Goten Goten and Trunks variant of the unit, which is really where they excel. This is one of the best units in the game, arguably top 1. This unit will be fantastic. We don't know the links of Daima Super Saiyan 4, but I would assume that he's going to have, like, Giant Ape Power and stuff. He's just not going to be having GT. Depending on how the meta goes, these two could potentially be fantastic, assuming we get longer content. These guys are going to easy A in 2 months, and they're going to be the best units in the game, so I'm going to go ahead and give them a point for that. This guy's also going to easy A in about 2 to 3 months. Potentially, you could easy A in 2 to 3 months. I mean, these guys are still fantastic. This guy's still fantastic. Let's see. You're pretty good. You want to work the best on this team, but you're pretty good. I'll still give you a point for that. Let's see. Scrolling down. I mean, we have super easy A potential with these two. Let's see. No. You might be good depending on how the team goes. Again, you are going to be like an optional run, I would suppose. I am much higher on Gloria than I feel like a lot of other people are. This Daima Goku is obviously going to be quite good on the team just because he's a dodging unit. See, like Slug, Demigra, They're not really going to be good on the team, unfortunately. I mean, hey, Fatboo's going to be on here. You can do funny gimmick. Is he the first funny gimmick character? He is, yeah. So, yeah, you can even do gimmicks on the team. You can do funny things with Ghost Ushers. I mean, Fu was on here. He's not going to EZA till next year, though. Oh, wait. Did I scroll over these Carnival guys? I did. These guys could potentially also EZA in a couple of months. Now, I know it might be odd seeing as they're Carnivals, but this guy hasn't EZA'd yet. But, I mean, if we look at, like, last year's track record... Where are they at? I saw them just a second ago. I know yeah. These two EZA'd before these two did, actually. So, would it be the most outlandish if these were the first two Carnival EZAs? I'm not going to say it's impossible. I'm not going to say it's impossible. I'm going to say it's a little improbable, though. These two. These are the units who I was talking about earlier. Amatsu did confirm a couple of months ago that these guys will still be EZAing. More Super Saiyan 4 love. That just makes it even... Bro, Bell is on here, too, actually. So, potentially, if we get a bunch of good crossover units... Oh, you're on Time Traveler, aren't you? That's how you're on here. Yeah, okay. I mean, Robel's a pretty good support unit. I don't know. This is... I mean, there are a lot of good options and potential future good options as well. Like, because of something we'll be talking about a little bit later in the video, potentially these two could be getting a Super EZA sometime in the future. I don't know. But I'm going to say that his team is actually pretty competent, and he's on a lot of good teams, which is good. So, we're going to skip a little bit further. Now, this will actually be my first time fully reading into his kit, because during the live stream while I was watching, I was just more so, like, kind of living in the moment. I wasn't taking my time to, like, fully read everything. So, his super attack effect... Or, excuse me, his super attack is the Explosive Dragon Cannon. The effect is raise attack and defense for 4 turns, so that's a 30% boost for 4 turns. Very, very good. Causes immense damage to the enemy. Alright. So his passive skill is New Power Awakened in the Demon Realm. He has an entrance animation that activates when there is another demonic power category ally on the team, or when there are 5 or more superclass allies on the team upon the character's entry. So, I mean, I guess you technically could run, like, Demigura, Slug, like, an actual extreme variant of the team. If Demonic Power gets, like, a bunch of buffs, especially if, like, Goma, or however they'd like to integrate Goma whenever he eventually drops, because he will be a Demonic Power lead. I mean, that is potentially a way you could run the team. Just run him and a bunch of extreme class. Okay. So, he gets 150% attack and launches a guaranteed additional super. That's for... This is infinite, but it only activates once, but the effect is permanent. So permanently gets an extra 150% attack and defense and launches a guaranteed additional super. Very, very good, especially with the 4% stacking. This is the character you're going to want to be keeping on main rotation, not floating off. And then he gets guard for 5 turns. Very, very good. He gets 2 key 250% attack and defense at the start of turn. He has a chance of performing a crit and a chance of dodging, and damage reduction for 44% chance to dodge, 44% damage reduction, and a 44% chance to crit. All of those are just slightly under a high chance, which, I mean, you're still basically going to be seeing all these effects happen half of the time. So, we'll say that's good. Especially with everything else, I'm assuming, when he's all, like, when he's looked at a whole. Let's keep going before I make any initial judgments. When activating the active skill or when attacking with 12 or more. So basically, if you do these, if he supers on the turn, or when he supers, excuse me, 200% attack and defense, Demonic Power Cat and Dragon Ball Seeker category allies get 40% attack and 20% defense for 2 turns. Ooh, that's tough. That's good. I mean, 2 turn support is good all the time. I don't like... I don't like the fact that it's his secondary leader skill and his primary. So Demonic Power Dragon Ball Seekers, I mean, that will be Glorio. And who else? No, I think that's just Glorio, actually. Right now. At what we looked at, unless you want to add, like, any of the Gohan characters or any of the Piccolo characters, which there is one we'll see a little bit later on. Okay, so yeah, that's going to help Glorio out a bunch. Started for the 4th turn from the start of battle. See, this is what I'm confused about. It activates once, but this effect is permanent. So turn 4, he gets a permanent 3... Jesus Christ. So he's going to be at 700% attack. Fair and valid. Okay. And then once only, he gets an extra 200% attack and a guaranteed crit when activating the active... Okay, so yeah, okay. So this is intended for the active skill to be a giant fuck-off attack. Duly noted. And then when receiving a Ki Blast super attack, he nullifies the first one and counters it with tremendous power guaranteed. And then from any of the ones after that, it's a 70% chance. There are a lot of good, like, Ki Blast super characters right now, like the Supreme Magnificent Spectacle, like Goku, or Goku Black, Zamasu, Gogeta. I believe Omega is one as well. And literally every single fight in those events can be stopped by this. Okay. Cool. So he's going to trivialize the Goku Black and Zamasu fight. Oop, don't turn up the volume. I want to fast forward. So they're just going over his kit. And then his active skill is just the Kamehameha, massively raise attack temporarily and causes ultimate damage to the enemy, and it can be done on the 4th turn from the start of battle. So pretty much, you want to be doing this on turn 4. That way you have both the passive effect, you're going to be guaranteed critting, you're going to be having 900% attack, I believe, in total, plus the massively raged effect, which is just insane. He also has a side banner mini Daima Piccolo, Dragon Ball Seekers, Demonic Power, Namekians, Time Travelers, Worthy Rivals, Battle of Wits, Gifted Warriors, Battle of Fate, Fused Fighters, Earthbred Fighters, Successors, and Bottom Master and Disciple. He has the special Beam Cannon, which greatly raises the attack and defense for 1 turn and causes damage or supreme damage to the enemy. I'm not a big fan of this animation. It looks very wimpy. Like, I hate that. I don't know. It looks weird. Like, he barely moves his arm. I don't know. It looks weird. Like, for a side banner, especially when compared to, like, Daima Goku, his animations are, like, actually breathtakingly amazing. Just having that next to it is a little bit of a feels bad, but if the side banner unit has to look super shitty for Goku's animations to be as beautiful as they are, I will fucking take it. So, let's look at what Piccolo does. He is the reliable support. He gets 200% attack and defense at the start of turn. He has a 50% chance to dodge, launches an additional super attack guaranteed. Dragon Ball Seekers or Demonic Power category allies get 2 Ki and 50% attack and defense, plus an additional 20% attack and defense for characters who are also super class. So yeah, you're going to be, okay, so yeah, you're going to be wanting to run as much of a super class variant of this team as possible. When there's another Dragon Ball Seeker or Demonic Power category ally attacking in the same turn, 150% attack, guaranteed guard, chance to perform a crit, and chance to dodge plus 20%. So he's up to 70% dodge, okay. Per Dragon Ball Seeker or Demonic Power category ally attacking in the same turn, depending on whichever has more, he gets an extra 100% attack and defense when attacking. And then all allies get a 7% chance to crit. So if you're running 2 others, that's 14% chance to crit, and then an extra 200 of stats on his super attack. So he'll actually probably be hitting decently hard. Yeah, 550% in total, assuming all that is up. Not bad. On his first turn, he gets another 20% chance to dodge, so he's up to 70. And then he's up to 90, assuming you have just one other character in the same turn. So 90% dodge on his first turn. Starting from the second turn from the character's entry turn, chance of evading enemy's attack, plus 30% as the third attacker in a turn. So he doesn't synergize with Glorio, because Glorio needs to be floated. That could potentially be problematic, but I guess not the worst thing ever. So he has guaranteed dodge in slot 3 on a second turn, is what that is. But you could still put him into slot 2 as a 70%, and you have Glorio in the back slot with his chance to dodge plus his very high defense. Okay, so it's not the worst thing ever. I guess it's dependent on what you want to do with the team and how your rotations end up lining up. Piccolo's good. I'm not going to complain there at all. He's very, very good. And then, I mean, his battle motion it's sick. I'll go ahead and play this as well. And they're doing like the super juice turn. They want to show like how powerful he is. So this is a max level Goku with the support memory up. He is a 69% in the hit potential system. And he was getting support on the previous turn. So let's go ahead right here. They do the Kamehameha, and again, I wish that they actually got the KO, but I mean, obviously maximum damage. And then his battle motion, That is so clean. It's such a good battle motion, and obviously they kill on the turn. They show the counter ability off and everything. So let's go forward just a little bit further. So there's going to be another campaign that starts on the 29th, and it is celebrating the late and great Toriyama, rest in peace, his manga's 40th anniversary, and they're doing something really cool and unique. So there will be more details revealed about this on the 28th, but Legends and Dokkan are both getting a manga celebration. So we are actually going to be getting manga art and panels as units, which I think is really, really cool. This implementation is a little bit weird, and obviously we don't know how it's going to be done in Legends, a game that is a 3D PvP, like, real-time fighter. But these are actually the card arts, and by the sounds of it, we're going to be able to get Goku and Vegeta for free, and then there is going to be a manga banner of some kind where you are going to be able to summon for Giant Junior, Final Form Frieza, and this is going to be the first just Final Form Frieza we've gotten since like 2019 with the AGL side banner one that's like an AoE unit. This is the first time we're just going to get this dude stanced up like this in years, which is really, really cool. I do find it a little bit odd how we're getting another Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and then Good Boo, I also feel like is potentially an like a little bit more of an odd choice, but like I love the Boo arc. I'm not going to be mad about this. Hopefully this guy will have a better legacy than the 10th anniversary LR. But assumedly, these guys will all be on a summonable banner that also has these guys, and that's how you're going to be able to get your dupes. Now, potentially, I misunderstood, and you're actually going to be able to get one copy of every unit for free, and then the banner will be there if you want to summon for dupes. That's up in the air. I don't know. But they actually have pretty cool little animations, and this could be a new way for us to get, like, Ultra Ego in the game and, like, other characters. This might actually be how we get the very first ever Moro, seeing that there's that, like, legal battle going on behind the scenes with, like, how it's going to get animated between Shueisha and Funimation and all these different companies who want to do all these various different things. So, real quick, let's just go ahead and show this, because I think it's pretty cool. So, this right here is obviously going to be, like, an intro animation of some kind. Let's actually get some of the audio going here. The super attack is it's super funny, goofy. It's actually just going panel by panel, showing what was going on. This is what like weekly readers would have seen back in the 80s. And then the page flip to do the damage right there is gonna have like KO on this or whatever. I actually find that really, really, really cool. And then again, this is obviously Saiyan Saga. So hey, no Saiyan Saga for 11th anniversary. Sorry, guys. But it's all, like, this is just cool. This is fun and goofy. I feel like this is a great way to, like, celebrate Dragon Ball's legacy and everything. I'm actually all for this. I think that this is a great addition. And as well, just the page flip sound effect is really, really cool. And I believe that is the last of the relevant information. Yeah, because after this, they did, like, a silly, goofy game where it was, like, a or B, like, choice game or whatever. And because of that, we're going to be able to get 10 Dragon Stones and a bunch of Link skill balls. But that, my friends, is going to be all for this time. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this update. And again, I think this is one of the best things that's happened in modern Dokkan in a very, very, very long time. I'm super excited. I'm going to be grinding up as many stones as I can. And again, I'll make a couple of videos going over kind of like where I've been and all that other stuff, if you care about the guy behind the screen. But that is going to be all for this time, guys. I've been the Sweeper27. I'm a variety Twitch streamer and an up-and-coming PNG YouTuber trying to make it big in the world. I have a Twitter and a Twitch, the links of which can both be found in the description of this video. And while you're down there, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. And I messed up my outro. Fuck it. I don't care. I haven't done this in months, so you know what? I did my best. But yeah, again, let me know what you guys think about this. How excited are you for DAIMA Mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku? What do you think about the new implementations that they're going to be having with like the power level? The new level is what I'm really excited about because like my wallet was kind of hurting a little bit from having to spend Dragonstone so I could keep link leveling and everything. But a lot of really cool stuff. I'm really excited about all of this stuff, and hopefully you guys will be seeing more of me over here on the channel and hopefully over on Twitch before too long. But yeah, that is going to be all for this time, guys. So as always, I've been the Super 27, and I am signing off.